What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's just jump right into the topic of this video. So the Raiders fall on the road to the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football. Watching the film, I wanted to focus a little bit on two players that I thought definitely struggled, costed the Raiders offense some points, big mistakes, and those are our two rookie wide receivers, second round wide receiver Jack Bech, and also fourth round pick Dante Thornton Jr. They got a decent amount of snaps last week against Denver, and it was definitely expected given the fact that, Jacoby Myers is no longer on the team. So we saw them out there, there's some good, but definitely a lot of things that they need to continue to improve on as the season goes on for their development. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into the tape. First, we're going to concentrate on Jack Bech. And on this rep, the Raiders offense inside the red zone, we're going to get him in the slot right here. He just does a really good job on this running play right here, does great on this block. Going against an outside linebacker, just does a good job pushing him back right here, creating a nice little hole for Dante to run through to get like a 6-yard gain. Just a really good rep in the run game from him right here. Now on this next rep right here, we got top of the screen, we got a 3-by-1 formation for the Raiders offense, and this time he does a good job once again in the run blocking game, going against the defensive back. And as soon as Ashton Dante is able to get past the line of scrimmage to the second level, Jack Bech does a good job just continuing this block and helps Dante get a little bit more yardage out of this. Just another solid play in the run game right here. Now on this one, this is a big mistake from Jack as the Raiders run the ball once again, and he can just see on the outside right here, he does a good job to start this play, good block, but right here is really where he needs to let go of the jersey of the Broncos defensive back. As soon as that DB is turning his body, turning downfield, he needs to let go. He doesn't, and it ultimately gets flagged, which what definitely sucks about it too is like that block specifically didn't really have a major impact on this Dante gain at all. So if he just would have let go, like Dante still would have got a huge gain. But I will also say, I also kind of feel like this was a little bit of a ticky-tack call in my opinion. But it is what it is. He should have let go a lot earlier, and just a very costly mistake by him right here negates what could have been a 32-yard gain on the ground. Here on a 3rd and 6, we got Jack Bech, top of the screen, running a drag route with a lot of green grass behind him. If he can get the football and potentially make the defensive back miss right here. But the Raiders, they definitely had a chance to get him the ball, but unfortunately our left guard Will Putnam just gets destroyed on this rep, and Gino is just unable to get the ball out in time. And although they did have a chance to get him the ball, I will say you would like to ideally see a little bit more separation on this route, but just a missed opportunity here for the offense. Here on a 3rd and 11, top of the screen, he gets locked up against press man-to-man coverage. You can see he immediately gets jammed up at the line of scrimmage. The defensive back is just a lot more physical than him, and really he's all over this slant pass right here, essentially able to create zero separation. Just a tough play for him to make right here. Now concentrating on Dante Thornton Jr. On this rep, this is a big play for Brock Bowers across the middle. But we can see here at the bottom of the screen, the rookie gets locked up trying to sell the double move and eventually to like a comeback route. But you can just see right here, the defensive back is all over him right here. Doesn't bite on it at all. Unable to create any type of separation right here. Here on a 4th and 2, the Raiders offense decide to go aggressive. They decide to go for it. And we got Dante Thornton Jr. right here. And the Raiders are essentially going to run like a mesh route concept where they're going to get Trey Tucker on the drag route essentially. And same thing with Dante Thornton Jr. And, it's essentially supposed to create like a rub route essentially. But what Dante Thornton Jr. does right here is he just doesn't sell this at all. It literally just looks like, this is a run blocking play. the way he's coming out of this. He's just immediately looking for the defensive back, running into him, and it just makes it super obvious. This was essentially a block. He has got to do a much better job selling this as running the route. And honestly, that's what you have to do. You have to run the route because he might have been open on this play. You got to run the drag route. Obviously, don't get too vertical on it. Be mindful where the defensive back is. Try to create that traffic, get it in the way to help Trey Tucker get some separation. And he just doesn't do that right here. It's super obvious. This play looked like a touchdown at first, but you can see as soon as that flag goes up, you can see his reaction. He knew that was his mistake, so definitely a very costly mistake by him right here. Big mistake from the rookie, leaving points on the board right here. Once again, bottom of the screen, we got him really unable to create any separation on this deep go route once again. On this next rep, we got the Raiders on a 3-by-1 formation. And honestly, I don't even know what Dante Thornton Jr. was trying to do right here. To me, it looks like he's trying to run some type of curl route, but just the way he runs it, this is just a terrible route in my opinion. It looks like he runs it a little bit lazy, and he just does a terrible job selling it. If you're going to run that, man, be aggressive. Make it look like you're trying to beat them over the top. Plant your foot, come back to the football. He just doesn't do that at all. And just a super easy route for any defender to defend on this one right here. So we got to see better route running from him. Here on a 3rd and 11, bottom of the screen, we got Dante Thornton Jr. running a double move. And this time he is able to do a good job right here. He is ultimately able to get the Broncos defensive back to bite right here. And by doing that, he's able to create some separation, gets about half a step on him. And honestly, too, hats off to Geno Smith right here. I mean, just look at this right here. You don't really get much better than that. He didn't have to slow down at all for the ball. He didn't have to high point it, adjust, anything like that. It's literally those perfect situations where as a wide receiver, just put your hands out in front of you, make the grab. So the rookie does everything well right here except for ultimately making the catch, and that's just a huge letdown right here. It's so frustrating. You got to be able to make the grab, especially in a game where you got called back for a big penalty. And then this happens. I mean, you cannot afford to have so many costly mistakes like this in one game. And this essentially kind of got him benched for this game because he only had 3 more snaps after this play. So just another huge missed opportunity for the rookie right here. So Raider Nation, definitely an underwhelming performance from both our wide receivers in this matchup. And just in general, I mean, you look at the production they've had this season, has not been great at all. Jack Bech has hardly, seen the field, which, you invest premium draft capital in a guy like him. To me, the 2nd round pick for a wide receiver, he better be a good player. And so far, he's barely seen the field. Also, too, what I noticed, it almost feels like they're using him a lot more as a run blocking wide receiver, which I will say he looks pretty good when it comes to the run blocking game. But let's be honest, you're drafting a wide receiver in the 2nd round. You're expecting a lot more than just run blocking. He needs to be able to get active in the passing game, get involved, and ultimately be able to create separation. That's the one thing I just do not really see very much of from him, at least early on in the season. The separation just isn't really there when it comes to his route running. And to me, it doesn't really look like he's a terrible route runner or anything like that. I just don't feel like the athleticism, at least, is showing up right now on tape at the next level where he's able to create separation. So that's definitely very concerning. I'm confident in his ability to, catch the ball. He's got strong hands, but it's going to be tough if you can't create separation on a consistent basis. And also too, I mean, I would like to see them maybe use him a little bit more in slot fades or just fade routes or back shoulder throws in general. But like I said, he has hardly seen the field this season. So yeah, definitely disappointing thus far when it comes to Jack Bech. And the next guy, Dante Thornton Jr., this is a guy I was super excited about, very high on in the offseason. I thought he really could have had a chance to be a major X factor in this Raiders offense. Now, obviously, I've been wrong about that thus far. And just in general, I've been wrong about this Raiders offense as a whole. Has not looked anything like I expected it from a production standpoint. And Dante Thornton Jr., I mean, unfortunately, some of the knocks for him coming into the league was that he's one-dimensional as a route runner, and to me, that's just kind of showing on film. He's just not really a good route runner. The only time that I've really seen him beat guys has been on that double move over the top. We saw that week 1 against the Patriots, and we saw it this game against the Broncos, but unable to make the catch. That is inexcusable. When it comes to other routes though, you know, across the middle, I'm not really seeing a whole lot. At times, he looks lazy when it comes to running these routes. So definitely super concerning because, you know, this is a guy that I feel like if you can get him involved across the middle when it comes to drag routes, deep crossers, that could really take his game to the next level because we know he can beat defensive backs over the top, but he has to be more consistent when it comes to catching the football. And as a run blocker, he's not great, but I will say it does look like he shows a lot of effort in that department. But, you know, Raider Nation, there is no doubt that these two rookie wide receivers, they have a lot of work cut out for them. But to me, that does not mean that they should not see the field out there. To me, I want to see them out there as much as we can. Now, I'm not saying they should be 3-down starters on a consistent basis because at the end of the day, you still have to earn your snaps. You definitely got to produce, but I definitely want to see these guys to get an opportunity, see what we truly have in them, and ultimately give them that opportunity to grow and develop as a player. And let's be honest too, the offense as a whole has been bad, so we haven't really put them in a great situation either, but you know, definitely a lot of work cut out for them in their overall development. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of Jack Bech and Dante Thornton Jr. thus far this season and what you saw in this game. Let me know in that comment section down below. But with that being said, Raider Nation, that is all for you guys in today's video. Anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.